I, as a watchmaker, am more interested in the insides, in how it works. That over the period of 300-400 years, how different people have come up with different solutions to the same problem. Before computers, before the Industrial Revolution, they would make devices which could do so much. Something that runs on a spring or a weight will show you the time of sunrise, the time of sunset, moonrise, moonset, tides, perpetual calendars, the calendars that never need setting. And I was fascinated by that. This tiny little thing has 100 parts in it. Imagine how careful and patient you have to be to open it up, examine it, clean it, put it back together the right way. They are so small. Even if you don't have specs, you need to work under magnification. So there's that hand-to-eye coordination under magnification. Then you need to hold the parts with tweezers. So the loop is your eye and the tweezers are your hands. If you pinch something too hard, it will fly across the room. And if you don't, it will drop to the floor and then you'll never find it. When you break the fourth watch, you feel like just giving it up. Oh, ye mere liye nahi hai. I think that's where the perseverance bit comes in. But I think the most important part is knowledge. If you want to fix something, you need to know how it works, right? Otherwise, you'll just do band-aid solutions. Apart from looking nice, it's not just a piece of sculpture. It is a machine with a very real job to do. And at least to me, when you're done with it, you've cleaned everything. Everything is shiny, sparkling, clean, correct oil, and then it works. So that is a very tangible reward. And there's intangible beauty in that, in a machine that works well. If you see my collection of English pocket watches, they all look the same. They are all in silver cases. They all have enamel dials. They may either have gold hands or blue hands or whatever. And someone might say, he's an idiot. Why has he got like 10 watches that look alike? But inside they have unique mechanisms. The number of jewels are different. The way the temperature compensation is done is different. So I'm fascinated by that, how you take care of the uneven torque of the spring, what sort of escapement. And that's my world. That's what I love. That's what I do all day. And I thought I should share this with people, if at all it is possible. And that's the reason why I started making skeleton watches. When I decided that I need to make a skeleton watch, that category as such was very different. It had a very peculiar style, extreme skeletonizing, and then a lot of embellishment, a lot of engraving, floral motifs, vines and stuff. And this is where I blame my design education. I thought, why do you need all this ornamentation? Why do you need to hide? It's like, you're apologizing. I'm sorry that there's a dirty machine here, but here's a lot of exquisite and beautiful ornamentation instead. And I thought that the machine can be beautiful. Or can it? Let me find out. So my watches are bare, sparse, but the whole point is to show you the machine. When you wind it, you can see the energy coursing through the gears. You can see the balance wheel, regulating the release of that energy. That's what I wanted. Mechanical beauty. Is there such a thing? That's what I've been trying to find out. The worst enemy of a watch is moisture. First thing it attacks is paint, printing, stuff like that. You will find a lot of old watches with patinated dials, painted hands that are flaking off. So you won't find any of that in my watches. Bare brass, heat-dewed steel, milled hour markers. Even if it tarnishes a bit, all you have to do is polish it, re-blue it, refinish it, and it's good as new. I don't think you can take apart one of my watches and say that these parts add functional beauty and these parts add aesthetic beauty. You can't do that. It's a one whole. And then my early naive idea was that, well, now I'll sell these, and if I get 12 orders a year, that's it, that's all you need. And then you come crashing down to earth. Who wants to buy a watch made by an Indian, in Pune? The perception 12 or 13 years ago probably was that, oh, this fellow sits in his backyard with a hammer and chisel and. So then, and at that time I had a massive ego that I will only make watches, I won't repair watches. That's a mechanic's job and whatever. And I realized one day that, well, I have all this skill, I have all this knowledge, I can repair and I can restore. So why not open that up? Why not let that bring in a bit of money? You see how you can look at the same thing in two different ways. So yes, I mean, they are all about me and how I think and how I feel. So then you're limited by the number of people who like that sort of thing. But that's fine, that's fine. I look at the making part as, it's a niche activity within what I do. Most of my work is repairs and restorations, but that is a refuge within this refuge, where you are in charge. Because there's complete satisfaction in this, Okay, I enjoyed what I did today. I love the results and I'm happy inside, wow, this is what I want to do. And then you don't realize how time passes. You really don't realize how time passes. And I got a few striking and chiming clocks always in the house. Some are mine, some are the customers. That's when you realize, oh, it's lunchtime. So you get absorbed in it. It's just music, work, it just works.